Hello and welcome. I'm Carol DeChaine, your intuitive transformational life coach and energy light worker. I'm starting out a 5-part series today on decluttering because decluttering is more than you may think it is. It's not just taking things out of your house. Psychologically and spiritually, it's like a release of all these things you may be holding on to. The negative, it's like cutting your hair. When you cut off parts of your hair, you're cutting off the past. You're letting go of things that you need to let go of in your life to make room for more to come in. And decluttering psychologically, that's exactly what it does. If you clear out the stuff, you clear out the lower energy, you clear out the negative that you may be holding on to, the past that you may not need, and you're finding room for things in your life, new things that come in, but also you can take things that are in the past that you love, but you have put away somewhere, like the good china or pictures that you never look at. And you might want to blow one of those pictures up and put it in a frame so you can see it all the time. You might want to take that china out and use it for your everyday, especially if you have no one to leave it to. Enjoy it. Find time so that you go, I love this. This is something I love. I started going through a decluttering process, a big time decluttering process, when I went from a 4-bedroom house down to a 2-bedroom condo with no garage. Well, a very small garage with almost no place to store because it was with other people that are in the condo complex. So it wasn't like I could put personal things there to store, just, things that weren't that important. So when I was doing that, I was going through a divorce and going through what do I keep, what do I don't. I got rid of over 25% of what I owned. Some of it I gave to him because I thought it was his, or if it wasn't, I thought maybe he'd like it. But for me, when I looked at the things and I got rid of things, I looked at every single piece of paper in my house, I think, because I knew I had time. I went through everything I possibly could. And I felt so much lighter from the stuff. I'm not talking about how I felt from the divorce, but the stuff, letting it go as it came along, letting more and more of it leave, felt like I was opening up new possibilities, new, lighter ways of being. And I think it took me less time to get through the emotional side of the divorce because of it. It was one of those pieces of the puzzle that I needed to help me move forward. You too, at any time in your life, if you can do it with the right attitude, you can do it with the it's time to let things go rather than I have to let things go because I'm downsizing it and I want everything. Psychologically, it's going to make such a different impact on you. If you open up to the possibility of letting things go. I know I learned a lot psychologically way before my divorce when I was helping my mom and dad clear out things in their house. When they were moving again from a 3-bedroom house down to a 1-bedroom, really tiny assisted living place. My mom wanted everything. And I said, so do you want this? And she'd say yes. Do you want that? She'd say yes. And I finally went, she's going to take everything with her. There has to be a better way to go about doing this because she didn't want to let go. She wasn't ready, but she wanted to move. So when I talked to her, it got to the point where I started telling her, is this something you want? Do you need this in your life? And she looked at me and she go, need this? Oh, no. So I say, is it all right to get rid of this? And I started saying more and more, is it all right to get rid of this? And she would go, oh, yeah, I don't need it. Instead of, I don't want to let go of anything because she was holding on so tight. And I know so many people, not just people that are hoarders, but people that normally just have stuff. It's hard sometimes to let go of things. You have to be in the right mindset. And if you start working because you have some time and you say, I'm going to do this drawer, and you start working on it, and you can't get rid of anything, it's not a good time to do the decluttering. You're not in the right frame of mind. You're not ready. Now, maybe you can go through the junk drawer first because you can go, okay, what can I get rid of? This is junk. I can at least put it in some sort of order so I can find things. Or in a junk drawer, usually you take the garbage can out and you go, garbage, garbage, garbage. Oh, I need this. How did this thing get in here like a hammer that I didn't even know was in here because it's at the bottom of a junk drawer? So I'm going to be talking over the next 4 weeks. I'm going to have a 5-part series on decluttering. some different ideas on what you can do that might help you, as well as talking more about the psychological aspect of it. Thank you for joining me here today. I hope that next week you'll join me for part 2 of Decluttering. I'm Carol DeChaine. I hope you will subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you like what you hear, by all means, check out my website, www.connect2joy.com, and the link will be below this video. There you'll find information on transformational life coaching, get some ideas of how I can help you if you're at a spot in your life that you just really need just some assistance, or maybe a lot of assistance, to move into what you want in your life, to make it more joy. That's why I call it Connect to Joy. And I also am specifically working with people that are trying to make their passion into their paying gig. So they want, like if you're a music teacher, just for fun, and you want it to be paying, there's ways to make this work that can help you with your mindset as well as specific how to get things done realistically to move forward. Until next time, I'm Carol DeChaine, and thank you for joining me.